I just went live, bro. Sorry about that, y'all. Everybody don't watch the videos. Everybody don't watch the videos. I get it. What's good, Free? What's good to anybody else in the Hap space? Looks like we got a few in here. A few have checked in already. Must be a glitch in the room. Must be a glitch in the room. I'm showing 78 on the screen. You seeing that too, Free? I don't know. Could be just me. It could be just me. Angie Beauregard. You put that 14 hours in, Angie? That's a long shift. Much respect to you. Much respect to anybody that's gonna check this out. I'm showing 122 right now. So I'm not sure exactly the early rush, but I ain't gonna belabor the time. We ain't gonna tarry at the moment. We're gonna get right to it. Because we got a lot of shit to talk about, frankly. Frankly, we got a lot of shit to talk about. You got 6 more hours to go, Angie. Well, let me take up some of your time while you at work. You done put in 8, so you over the hump. 7 was your breaking point. 6 more to go. Let's try to make a little bit of that time go easier. I'm outside on the deck. I needed some fresh air, y'all. I needed some fresh air. Real shit. Um, I just believe at some point, if you don't get fresh air, you will die where you sit. You got to get fresh air. So I'm putting together my thoughts because I got to do some different things out here. I'm not a master, I don't think, of anything except my own destiny. But I'm pretty good at recreating myself in new spaces. And in some of the spaces that I'm in, it's the inhabitants tend to be younger than me. I fuck with a lot of people that are my age, but on business tip, it's really difficult because a lot of people in my age demographic don't think like I do in business because they've never done things that I've done in business. So it's hard for me to be able to relate to them. So it's tough for me to be able to work with my brethren who share the same calendar year or right around the same calendar year, So I end up working with a lot of younger motherfuckers. Or even sometimes I end up working with people that are older because they understand and they're able to gauge business a little bit better. So what I'm trying to do is just get a grasp of what I got to do next, because I'm in a good headspace. Because usually this would frustrate me. Where I am right now, it would normally frustrate me, but I'm fueled instead of being frustrated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take what I've got, what I know how to do, and I've got to push it to the next level. Because not getting the things that I need with the effort that I put in, that can't happen. Brother Tony, how you doing, brother? So where I am now, I look at everything and then I give everything a second look. If you get a third look, I might be fucking with you. But if you don't get a third look, then you and I probably ain't got much to talk about. Because I'm really quick to say, fuck that. But then I'll look at it again, get a better look at it, get a better gaze at it, and I might reconsider. But if I say, fuck that, and the second time I say, fuck that, you're not going to get a third time. This ain't baseball, motherfucker. And I love baseball. Baseball is my favorite game. But you're not going to get 3 strikes on me no more. I done gave too many motherfuckers 3 strikes. So I can't give nobody 3 strikes no more. 3 strikes, you're out in baseball. 2 strikes, you're out in me. So, but I got a couple things that I want to talk about. Let me see and make sure that the book is up. The book is up. Uh-oh, sorry about that. I had a video open. That's crazy that I did that. I had a video open. And, yeah, it's up. All right. Peace and love to Sister Shannon. I think she did that share on Facebook. She did that share on Facebook. Peace and love to her. She always keeps me booming on Facebook. Peace and love to Free. Always keeping my chat rooms popping. Peace and love to anybody that's going to check this video out. And I appreciate you 100%. I'm going to have dinner with my daughters tonight. That's crazy. Have all the girls in one room tonight. That's going to be nuts. Family going to go out to dinner and shit. So it's going to be a good thing. Baby came into town. So she's going to help create just a little bit more happiness in my life in the midst of the middle of the week, in the middle of the day. I guess we'll be meeting in the middle of the evening. So, but I need to talk about a few things. First and foremost, I think we, as freedmen, if you are a freedman, I think we really need to start to consider, it's just me saying it, because I'm no leader. You know, I'm no leader. I'm no minister. You know, I'm no prophet. You know, I don't put myself on that stage, and the way I deliver my message is different than the way other people deliver their message. But I am a freedman, and I saw something today. And I haven't seen the reply. I left a reply because I wanted to know what was going on there. So the situation was, person was considering changing the name of their page, and they suggested, you know, said what will be some good suggestions, and I said Freedman, and I'm not gonna say the name because I don't think she's here, and if she comes on, and I know she's here, and then I'll ask her, can I talk about that post? And then someone else chimed in and they said, no, you need to keep it as it is. Because Friedman, basically they were saying that Friedman tore that apart. When I thought that Friedman held it together personally. But it was what it was. You know, I'm not going to debate with her. I'm not going to debate with anybody about black issues. I don't believe I have to. I don't believe anybody deserves that energy from me. So nobody's going to get that energy from me. Because here's the thing. Y'all know I changed the name of the cast to Here's the Thing. You know, we're not changing Friedman Media, but we did change those logos on the YouTube channel. You know, we changed them on IG. So we'll be no longer using a F1, you know, and we'll get something, you know, maybe made up. I don't know. I really don't need a backdrop or a logo to tell a motherfucker I'm a Freedman. I am who I am. Granville Rowry is my great grandfather, 1874, bitch. I am a descendant of a freedman. You can't take that away from me. Just like you couldn't take being a descendant of an enslaved individual. Couldn't take that away from me. Now, you can take being black away from me. Yeah, you can take being an African American away from me. And I've never succumbed to the pressure of a person of color. But we're going to talk about BIPOC because I think BIPOC is coming to me in a different phase now. I've gotten over the angst of BIPOC, you know, and I don't give a fuck about BIPOC anymore. But I want to know, when they add all those people in there as BIPOC, you know, people of color, you know, there's black, indigenous, and then people of color. So BIPOC, right? Those people of color, when they're Indians and they're Arabs and they're Asians and they're Latinos and they're all of that, those who have melanin in their skin, those who are not descendants, those who are not freedmen, when they have all of that ethnicity in their situation and they are POC, do they say that they are POC to their people, or do they say, hey, you know, as a person of color? Do Latinos say that to other Latinos? Like a Mexican say that to? You ever seen a Mexican person say that as a person of color to their people? You ever seen an Arabic person say as a person of color to other Arabs? You ever seen an Asian person, Japanese, Chinese, Thai? You know, you ever seen any of them say as a person of color to their people, or do they just say as a person of color when they're talking to Americans? I need to know, because I ain't never seen anybody that has a distinct ethnicity from another part of this planet use person of color when they're talking to their own. It's only when they're talking outward to other Americans. So I want to know, is that word even used? Or words, POC, person of color, BIPOC? Is that shit really used within these people's culture? I'd love to go sit in a Japanese family's house and hear them talk. Because are they going to say, well, as Japanese people, you know, this is our culture. As Japanese people, this is our culture. Or are they going to say, as people of color, we have to do it this way? Who is that anonymous Facebook user? BIPOC, 2POC, 3POC, 4. Smallpox, chickenpox, 7POX, mo. Some say it when they want to politicize it for certain benefits. That's what I'm getting at. See, people don't politicize their ethnicity. They politicize their ethnicity. So y'all biting again, huh? Y'all just gonna bite again? Because we were the first people who had to politicize our ethnicity because white people had fucked us up so bad. So we had to become political about our ethnicity. We didn't give a fuck about politics, about our ethnicity, but we had to politicize our ethnicity. So we had to get into civil rights and all that shit. And that's why there is now, you know, equal this and fair this. And, you know, that all came from us. That all came from the detriment that happened to us. And now everybody's eating off it. Everybody's eating off our detriment. And I'm not here to be downtrodden and negative and things like that. But eat a dick. Because you're eating everything else off our fucking table. What I'm looking at now, I don't believe is going to change, because even politicians have been railroaded into this person of color shit. And the ones who do have melanin in their skin, who may even be descendants of enslaved individuals, they have gone to become people of color. So we've lost them. The NAACP, the CBC, all of them. Even got the HBCU people saying POC. Are you motherfuckers crazy? It's not the HPOC CU. It's the HB. But we about to have the HPOC CUs. You motherfuckers ain't ready for me, I don't think. I don't think you're ready for me. Ethnicity, tribe, and okay. So you speak on specific, then you speak nationally. What up, Kimi Kali? You speak on specificity, then you speak nationally. Got it. I get that. I'm in here fucking with the chat today, so if I'm a little slow, I just want to make sure I don't miss nobody. I saw them numbers ramp up, so I thought it'd be a little bit more people in here. But we know we got the lurkers, right, Free? We know we got the lurkers. The numbers aren't really the numbers. We're not really worried about the numbers. See, if I was worried about the numbers, like I said, I would go for the masses. I would do shit that the masses like. But I don't talk for the masses. I talk for the motherfuckers who can hear me. Because some people can't hear me. Some people can't hear me. I get it. So we ain't talking to them. What the fuck y'all doing here? You motherfuckers. What y'all doing here? So, here's the thing. R. Kelly's about to go up. I really don't like the fact that they making that motherfucker wait till May to catch his fate. Why we gotta wait till May? They can give him a sentence now. Put him on Zoom. They talking about because of COVID. COVID's over. Y'all was in court. They was in court. They didn't do no court case on Zoom. They did the whole trial. So they blaming this shit on court on COVID now. How COVID getting blamed for his sentencing? I put COVID all in the algorithm, boy. They're gonna be like, what's he saying? What's he saying about COVID? What's he saying about COVID? R. Kelly's sentence. That's what I'm saying about COVID. Give that motherfucker his 35 years and let's get on with it. We'll see you at 90, bro. You gonna step into the 90s at 90, bitch. But I want to know who else is going to jail. I want to know all those enablers that helped him along the way throughout the years. I want to know when they're going to get charged. I want to know when they're going to get arrested, when they're going to get tried, and when they're going to get convicted, because they're equally as guilty as that motherfucker. We had a lot of enablers, and they all need to go up. They all need to go up. Fuck that. We don't need him to sit there and think about shit. Get him out the paint. Get him into the federal pen so he can go join the choir. He needs to be in prison by Christmas so they can have a good Christmas festival in jail. Fuck him. Send his ass to Milan prison. I put my name on the visitors list every week if he went to Milan. If R. Kelly comes to Milan prison, I put my name on the visitors list every week. He wouldn't take me after the first visit though, because you know he gonna take my visit. Ain't nobody coming to Michigan to visit R. Kelly. But I just sit there, and he'd be like, shit. I remember when Milan Federal Prison, you might be able to still sit there with the people. I don't know, but they always show you on the phone and shit when they be in jail. But I went to Milan Federal Prison when I was a kid with my grandmother, and we sat there right there with the prisoners. We sat right there with the prisoners. Yup. William Moon. I remember Mr. Moon was in prison. And I think that was secretly my grandmother's boyfriend and shit. But anyway. Yeah. Now, if they still do that, you know, maybe I'll sit right there with Robert. And I'm just going to look at him. I'm not going to say anything. He just going to end up getting up and going away because I'm never going to say anything. Because I ain't got shit to say to him. See, too many people said shit to him and it didn't matter. So what am I going to say to him? I'm not going to say nothing. People cheered for him. They screamed his name. They sang his songs. And look what it did. It made him some predatory motherfucker. So now I'm not going to give him any of that love. I'm not going to say shit. People are like, you going to go back to listen to his records now since he got convicted? Fuck his records. They've been erased out of my catalogs. They don't even come up in my algorithms on my YouTube music. Fuck him. I don't need to play his music no more. I listened to it enough. I danced to it enough. Yes, I did dance. Fuck to it enough. No, no more R. Kelly music. Yeah, but I don't need to say anything to him because he's never going to hurt another female in his life. I think you missed my point on that, Keem. I'm not the one that needs to talk to the motherfucker. Maybe he needs to talk to his God that he always fake prayed to and sang about once he got in trouble. You ever notice how he always made a gospel song right after he get hemmed up and shit? He'd always come out with a gospel track. Time to get at that prison piano, Robert Sylvester. Did you hear about Dog the Bounty Hunter and his bigoted ass? See, this is what I got for these motherfuckers. Dog the Bounty Hunter. Dog the Bounty Hunter. He looking for old girl's killer, her boyfriend. What's the girl that just got killed? Gabby. He looking for Gabby's boyfriend. He down there in Florida doing a Jehovah's Witness thing, knocking on doors and shit. He knocking on doors. They got drones and shit in the air. They got them hovercrafts in the motherfucking water. But he up there knocking on doors and shit. Have you seen Brian? Are you serious? Who let this monkey out his cage? I thought Dog the Bunny Hunter had died. To be honest with you, I thought he died. But he's obviously down in Florida knocking on motherfucking doors, looking for Brian. I think Brian is compost, or he has been digested in an alligator's belly. If they say he went where he went, they say he didn't make it out. But I don't even know if that might have just been to throw motherfuckers off the track. He might have got out the country. Who knows where the fuck he's at? I hope he meets an untimely demise unless he hasn't already. Fuck him. His wife, Beth, passed. Okay. I knew somebody died. You know. Was she a hellion too? See, I never knew her. I never knew anything about her. I just know him. I know he likes to sling around the word nigga too. With his goddamn weave. I ain't gonna never talk about another person's weave and shit. But Dog the Bounty Hunter is where I got a weave. That shit's not all his. That shit is not all his. He needs to stop that bullshit. That's not all his hair. That is not Dog's hair. So I don't know if this is happening in California, Shanna, or if it's happening in Florida, Free. Angie's probably seen it. He was on his honeymoon in Florida and was asked to help. Oh, he got remarried? His wife died and he got remarried already? Okay. All right, dog. You got you a Mrs. Dog already? A new Mrs. Dog. Well, he down there. Yeah. He said he was asked to help. Like I said, they've got drones. They've got hovercrafts. They've got SUVs. Motherfuckers walking with metal detectors. They got the DNA dogs out. But he knocking on doors in the neighborhoods. Sounds like a new show coming up for Dog the Bounty Hunter. Sounds like he needed to get back out there in the public. Have you seen Brian? No, we haven't. Okay, just to let you know, I got a new show coming on A&E. Have a good night. There you go. Eat a dick, dog. So, She hadn't been dead a year. And he just got remarried. Oh, yeah. See? He must have been cheating on her before she died. Or he just found him a harlot. Because don't no honorable woman marry a man less than a year after his wife passed. No, don't no honorable woman do that. That man's supposed to be grieving, still thinking about his woman, how she felt, how she smelled, how she tasted, whatever. Less than a year, he's married again? Yeah. Now I see why they call you dog. You just fuck anything now, won't you? You just fuck anything, won't you, dog? Then marry him. Because that ain't nothing but the bitch at the end of the bar right there that married him. That is not an honorable woman. You don't marry a motherfucker who just lost his wife. And if he lost his wife, he's a fairly young motherfucker from what he looks like, at least. His wife died of like some cancer or something. She died of some type of terminal illness or something. You seem to know a little bit about it, Ange. And Ange, I was on it already. So like I said, in California and Florida, up here they got the radio DJs selling the needle. You know, the DJs used to put the record on the needle. Now they selling the needle. You know, we can't say it. You know. Have y'all DJs? Cancer. So his wife died of cancer, which we all know is the most violent fucking way to die. Fuck getting shot. Fuck getting shot. Getting shot is the easy way out. Cancer is the most violent way to die. I've seen several people do it. It's not good. And several different cancers. It's not good. It's the most violent way to die. So his wife died of cancer. He married less than a year. Okay. But the radio DJs around here are selling. They saying you need to put the needle in there. We put the needle on the record, and everybody have a needle. Like the more popular DJs. Well, what I've seen mostly are the black DJs. I really ain't seen none of the white personalities do it. No, they're really called air personalities, but I call them radio DJs because that's what it really is. But they call them air personalities. I haven't seen a white air personality promoting. Haven't seen it. But they got all the black stations, hip hop, R&B, old school. They got all the DJs out. Get it, y'all. Y'all need to get it. And then they had like a family member. I got it because I wanted to see my mama. I got it because I wanted to go to my favorite restaurant. So they got them all telling these testimonials about why they got it. Like I said from the beginning, they wouldn't be having such a problem with freedmen. Because I don't know if they're really having a problem with black people, but I know they're having a problem with freedmen getting it because of the lack of education. Oh, yeah. They didn't want to tell us nothing. Then they just wanted to make us. Well, we've kind of been through that before as a collective. You didn't really tell us nothing. You just wanted to take it. So I understand why people don't. I totally understand why people don't. We tired of taking shit and not being educated on it. That's how we fucking got here. Something I was listening to too. You know, I talk about not talking about black problems. You know, not so much talking about them, but not arguing. You know, we got black problems. We got black issues. We got black politics. Things that we talk about. I'm not debating with other motherfuckers on this shit no more. I don't need to. The way I look at it, because of the way I heard it, debating is division. Debating is division. If we know we fighting for the justice claim for a full schedule of reparations, full schedule. I'm talking about policy, legislation, all types of shit changing. Everywhere, healthcare, education, lending, you know, everything. The check is definitely needed. See? And even though they play a lot of black artists, that's a white station. All their personalities are white. Dial on up a little bit to 97.9 or dial down a little bit to 92.3. You'll hear them talking about it. Frankie Darcell, your girl Sharon, the Bushman, all of them. All of them. Oh, man, rest in peace to Jamila Jam, Muhammad, local legendary DJ and radio personality, you know, longtime radio personality. I saw her actually, shit, I don't know, 2001, 2002, probably last time, really. But yeah, don't know exactly how she went, but saw some brothers taking a picture. Some of the legends, some of the cats that I looked up and listened to when I was younger, Mason and Foodie, Gerald McBride, taking a picture and shit at her home going. So Stevie Wonder came back and sang at Jam's funeral. You a legend. If Stevie shows up and sings, you a legend. So they putting all this promotion into getting it, but don't nobody want to talk to these people. And just say, why are you ambivalent about getting it? What can I help you with? Where can I help? You know, give them some knowledge and then let them make the decision. But stop all that forcing. People losing their jobs, which is going to cause them to lose their homes, which is going to cause them to lose their vehicles, everything. You don't have your job, you can't pay for shit. You ain't got no work, you ain't got no money. Shit gets real tight. And you either going to get an opportunity or a ski mask in this bitch. You can't have both. You can't have that opportunity and a ski mask. Well, I guess you could be a psychopathic, sociopath, and fucking go rob people and have everything you need. But if I got everything I need, I ain't got to rob nobody. But if I ain't got everything I need, I might just have to steal. I'm looking at this becoming a battle of the unexplained, the uneducated, and the unhinged. Because there's a lot of people that are fucking unhinged about people not getting it. They're unhinged about it. How do you get that upset about what another motherfucker is doing or not doing? How do you get that upset? Why are you that upset about what somebody else is or is not doing? 34 minutes, we got 334. Is that what you showing free? 34 minutes, we got 334. 336. I wonder if we got anybody out the country. If anybody's out the country, say hello. Shit. I like to know. We know we be coming from Tokyo to Tucson, from Amsterdam to Ann Arbor. Not a lot of motherfuckers in Ann Arbor. But it's all good. Hey, I'm gonna recognize them motherfuckers, brother. I'm not big like y'all motherfuckers. I can't expect the numbers to be up there like y'all. Here's the thing. If I don't show my appreciation, I may end up like motherfucking Robert Sylvester Kelly. Because he didn't appreciate being a superstar. He didn't appreciate being a notable, a celebrity type. He took advantage of it in such an egregious way. Much love to my brother Sunday Night Smoke dipping in. I appreciate you. And I know when he come in here, he's gonna be talking shit. Smoke don't come in unless he talking shit. If you in here and you ain't saying nothing, he be on some creep shit. It be like, you know what up? Nah. He talks that shit with me. Appreciate the award, my brother. Appreciate the award. So yeah, man, real shit. Being in a position of power, like a Martin Luther King. Something else I heard too, and I'm just gonna regurgitate it my way, if you don't mind. Cause I bite a lot. I bite a lot off a lot of them motherfuckers that be online. They talk some real shit, and I think it's worthy to fucking regurgitate. So I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna say it like he said it, cause I don't talk like he does. But he made sense like a motherfucker to me, and I'm gonna try to make sense to you. Martin Luther King was not a powerful man. Martin Luther King was not a powerful man. Martin Luther King was a powerful speaker. He was not a powerful man. He was a powerful speaker. Brother Antoine, much love to you. Salutations. And when I say that Martin Luther King Jr. wasn't a powerful man, I don't mean any disrespect by it. Because I know a couple of y'all was like, what the fuck is he on? What's in that joint? You know, is he putting a little something in his joint? You know, don't worry about my joint. My joints don't sparkle up. Okay? My joints ash. Okay? They don't spark. So I ain't on none of that shit. But Martin Luther King was not a powerful man. He was a powerful speaker because what he spoke about, he made people put in play. He made people put it in play. When he needed people to march, he could get thousands of people to march. Black people. Black people in Martin Luther King's marches. When you see people marching now, don't be a lot of black people. It be the same kind of people, but it don't be a lot of black people. You're going to get some black people, but you're going to get your women's groups, your gay groups, your Latinos, your Asians. For justice. For justice. Because I'm not ever going to shit on anybody and their mind state, because I know that they truly mean well. I don't march. No, I don't do that. But I'm not going to shit on anybody for doing it anymore. I used to shit on people about doing it, but I'm not going to shit on anybody because I know they mean well, but I know that the results are not going to be there because we are not unified. If it's our problem and we are not the ones who are out there predominantly protesting, ain't shit going to get done. Does anybody understand that? Does anybody understand that? If it's a black problem and most people that are out protesting the black problem are not black, you don't understand that the problem's not going to be solved? If we are not working in high numbers, higher than anybody else's numbers, Bueller, Martin Luther King made people stop riding a motherfucking bus. Now, people had to get to work. God damn it. People had to get to work. Kids had to get to school. People had to go do shit, go to the grocery store, whatever. They had to get on the bus. And Martin Luther King says, don't get on that fucking bus. That's what Martin Luther King Jr. said. Don't get on that motherfucker. Now, he didn't say it like that because Martin didn't cuss. I think he cussed in private, but I don't think he cussed in public because he was a preacher. But he was a Baptist. You know what they say about them Baptists? You're absolutely right, Free. We would stay stagnant. So, Dr. King, his strategy said, fuck it. It's they bus. We don't own the buses, even though there were some black-owned bus companies back in the day. We don't own the bus system, so we just gonna shut the system down. And we shut the system down by not standing in the middle of the road, stopping the buses from going down the road, by not sitting on the front of the bus and getting arrested every goddamn day. We'll stop the bus system by not riding that motherfucker. We'll disable them financially. If you want to hit a motherfucker the right way, you don't hit him in his jaw, you hit him in his pockets. You don't hurt a white man by knocking him down to the ground. You hurt the white man by hitting them in his pockets. Now, let me clarify, because I'm outside, I'm in my neighborhood. Jim know I ain't talking about him. My neighbors next door and down the road, they know that I ain't talking. I live by white people, so it ain't like I live in an area where I'm audible, obviously, so I want to make sure they know. I'm not causing revolt over here at my address. Because I don't think all white people think this way. But if you want to hit white supremacy, let's just go with that. Because I don't think my neighbors are white supremacists. If you want to hit them in the pockets, you hitting them the right way. If your design is to protest you not being able to utilize their services, they don't give a fuck about that. So you'll go in and use their services. You'll still give them money. You're not hurting them at all. You're giving them money in a disgruntled fashion. Who is that affecting? That's affecting you. They still taking your money happily. You really want to get down on a white supremacist, you hit them in the pockets. Malcolm X. Hopefully y'all listening. Because I'm not going to keep going over these like this. This is something that I heard, so I got to continue my education. So I've been listening to this brother for a minute, so I want to keep listening because this right here put me back on the course to what the thinking I used to think before I start thinking all that other shit. I mean, I love Dr. William Darity's writings and teachings, but this is just some real shit. Malcolm X was radical. Once again, not meaning any disrespect, because he was more than radical, but that was his, they have categories. When you go into a place, they got categories. So when you went through Black consciousness, Martin was about nonviolence. That's what they put. Malcolm was about violence, but he was a radical. I live in Minnesota. Snow ain't the only thing that's white. Oh, yeah. You got quite a bit of snow bunnies there. Absolutely. They had an eye on Malcolm because they saw he was assembling the masses, although they were just black people. So they didn't really fear him at that point. They just had an eye on any black man that could gather the masses with their word. They looked at him. They looked at any big pastor, talking about the government, the feds. They were on any big pastor who could get the masses. They didn't give a fuck about your congregation. They didn't even care how much money you was stealing as a pastor. They wanted to know what you was saying and how many motherfuckers you were saying it to. Because you start getting numbers on your side, then they might have to take you out. So, Malcolm was before Martin. You know, Malcolm was getting it in the early 60s, before I Have a Dream. You know, that's what set Martin off into another stratosphere. Martin was big to the black folks before I Have a Dream. But once he said I Have a Dream, white people started listening. White people started listening. By then, Malcolm already had the black masses. Malcolm went to the 63 march. They say he didn't go. Say he stayed away or something, but you know, he was there. He was in DC. It wasn't until Malcolm went to Mecca. When Malcolm went to Mecca and saw white Muslims, that was it. That's what killed him. Thank you, Free. Absolutely subscribe to the channel. Here's the thing. Friedman Media on IG and Friedman Media 1874 on YouTube. So when Malcolm came back and he was talking still Black Power, but he was also talking power to the people. He was talking we the people. He was talking about assembling the masses. And that's why they had to kill him. Now, Martin, he done did I Have a Dream, and then he went on a good 4-year run, doing this, doing that, marching, protesting, getting shit done. 65 was the what? Civil rights bill, voting rights, whatever. We'd already had a voting rights bill. I don't know why we did all that shit. Because they're doing another voting rights bill right now. Why we keep having voting rights bill discussions? Didn't that get solved in 1866 or 1965? Oh no, 2021. Okay. Malcolm gets murdered. Martin becomes an international spokesperson for Black America. And he's truly, he did, Jews and Gentiles, Protestant and Catholics. It's all come together. Okay, nigga, no problem. No problem. When Martin started talking that poor people's campaign, he wasn't just talking about black people no more. He was talking about white folks. He was talking about white folks. So let me be clear here. Let me speak with some specificity. He was black, okay? He was a Negro. He was colored, whatever you wanted to call him back then. I don't know. Mostly called him nigger. That's what they mostly called him. Presidents too. Presidents used to call Martin Luther King a nigger. Goddamn. That goddamn nigger king. Oh my goodness. But then when they see him, hey, Martin. Yeah, okay. You just got through calling him nigger right before he got here. As soon as you saw Ralph Abernathy's black ass hold the door open for him, now he's Martin again. He was nigger 2 minutes ago. Now he's Martin. Fuck you. That's all right. So, Martin was speaking, and he was starting to gather more people from the other side. And immigrants who were coming to this country to go to school and whatnot, to live the American dream, they were honing in on either Martin's side or they went to the radical side. Now that Malcolm is gone, the Black Panthers have picked up. So they've gone on. That's why you see a lot of immigrants who are really down with the Black Panthers. And I'm talking about anybody from Greeks to Indians to Asians, Latinos, anybody that was coming over during that period, you had to pick a side. And you was mostly living in the black neighborhoods because you was poor. So you picked the black side. And they wasn't really going to the churches. So the average person was a Panther type, got down with it. They got down with it. That's why a lot of immigrants got down with the Panthers. Because you just didn't walk up in a black church as an Asian family. But you was in a poor neighborhood, you see Panthers all the time, you get fuck with them. People want to know how Asians got in black neighborhoods, buying businesses, buying this, buying that, right there. They were used to being around black people because they were used to being around fucking Black Panthers. They ain't scared of y'all. They know y'all. Just like Joe Biden knows y'all, they know y'all too. Shit. So, when he's speaking and all those other people are starting to get aboard, it wasn't until he said, this ain't us. There's white people out here pouring shit. And start talking to white people. And they probably had some type of ministerial meetup. There was white pastors out there that had white congregations that was poor as fuck. Like, you know what? You're right, Martin. We need to bring this out. But they never talk about the white pastors. But he fucked with white clergymen. He fucked with white clergymen. Come on now. Him fucking with white clergymen, he gathered the white masses. Because who's mostly in church? Poor black people and poor white people. I tell you, if I don't know something, I know this. If the masses stop going to church, pastors die. Because the masses are poor. And who's mostly in church are poor black people and poor white people. Don't nobody pray more than a poor black person and a poor white person. It's not even debatable. Poor black people and poor white people are the prayingest motherfuckers in captivity. And he got their ass praying together. Oh, yeah. He got their ass praying together. Somebody put an angry face on my motherfucking video. Damn, what I do to make somebody mad and shit? I see an angry face on Facebook. Goddamn. They be like, damn, he ain't dead yet? They pray and pray for my downfall. The masses started to assemble. Government was already on Martin. It had been on him. But now, JFK, the biggest threat to American society is Negro unity. And we couldn't do it. We couldn't do it because of the divisions. If we fighting for black power and the Nation of Islam fighting for black power and the Moors are fighting for black power, well, they don't say black. They say we're Moors, even though we all look alike. So whatever it is. If we're supposedly, Hebrew Israelites, so you got 4 different people. So you just got the blacks, then you got the black Muslims, then you got the Moors, and you got the Hebrew Israelites. And we're all fighting for this one cause, for justice, right? But why do we have all these fucking divisions? If we're all fighting for the same thing, why do we need all these fucking divisions? We can't even get together and fight for justice together. We all got to have titles. And then everybody's got their own ideologies and everybody's got their own this, that, and the other, even though we're only supposed to be fighting for one thing. Because the one thing that I see, let me see if I can bring something up. Because I want to have some other names here. They might not list it, but I'm hoping that they do. Okay, here we go. So, I'm going to have to start this over because I think I'm about to hit an hour. Yep. Hold on. Wham. Let's get it going. Let's get it popping. White supremacists. We know this as white supremacists, right? But when you think about white supremacists in America, you think about Proud Boys. You think about the KKK. You think about them, the American Freedom Party. You think about the Aryan Nation. I'll make sure I'm calling them out. Poverty Law Center. The National Association for the Advancement of White People. They got an NAACP for white folks. Now you niggers aren't gonna get one up on us. And see, this is how it works out. Because you see the NAACP helping out more white people than they help out black people. They help out more Latino people than they help out black people. And they help out more Asian people than they help out black people. Now, I know people are going to be like, oh, that's debatable. What's the NAACP stance on reparations? I bet you can't go to their website and see a clear stance on reparations. But I bet you can go to their site and see a clear stance on DACA. I bet you can go to their site and see a clear stance on anti-Asian hate. Don't fuck with me. The National Association for the Advancement of White People was a white supremacist organization in the United States, incorporated December 14th, 1953 in Delaware by Bryant Bowles, which presents itself such as the civil rights organization, the NAACP. He didn't want to do nothing but mimic what the NAACP does. And all the NAACP does now is cape for white folks. What's he doing? Caping for white folks. See? He's just like the NAACP. The Nationalist Movement is a Mississippi-based white supremacist organization that advocates what it's called pro-majority position. It has been a white supremacist. It has been called white supremacist by the Associated Press and Anti-Defamation League, among others. Patriot Front is a neo-fascist American nationalist group and an offshoot of the Vanguard. Pioneer Fund, a white supremacist nonprofit that funds scientific racism research. So they got some motherfuckers actually trying to put some real educated work into racism. A white supremacist nonprofit, a nonprofit. They know they're a white supremacist group, but they allow them to be a nonprofit. They allowed them to form a nonprofit when they know they're a white supremacist group. Your government loves you. And you got so many organizations that were formed by former members of the Ku Klux Klan. So what the Ku Klux Klan spawned off, they spawned off hate babies. They went off and made other groups. That's why the Klan ain't shit now, because the Klan didn't keep its nucleus. Other motherfuckers started other groups. That's how you know it becomes a money thing at that point. There's some revenue to be made out of it. Because the people in these groups, they pay dues and shit. So it's like the NRA. That's a white organization. That's a white supremacist organization. When I see black people talking about they members of the NRA, and I'm like, yeah, okay. And this motherfucker, this is a real beaut. Finest Priesthood is a Christian identity movement that opposes interracial intercourse, the mixing of races, homosexuality, and abortion. He just checked all the boxes. So we don't want to be fucking niggas. We don't want y'all fucking with niggas. We don't want no gay folks, and we don't want y'all killing no babies. Because that's what they say. They don't be saying this. They just be like, no niggas, you know, no gays, don't kill your babies. Even if the woman was raped, she has to have that baby. She has to have that rapist baby. Absolutely. You can tell a woman that she has to have her baby, which is not her baby because she didn't want that baby because she was raped. You can mandate that. It is also marked by anti-Semitism. So they hadn't checked all the boxes yet. Now they checked them. Multiculturalism. And opposition to taxation. So they don't want to pay no taxes and they don't want nobody fucking with nobody. Say to yourself. And these are the kind of motherfuckers that'll go get black prostitutes. And they'll go to black strip clubs and shit like that. They'll do everything they can to get to some black pussy. Absolutely. A public bigot privately loves black people. Like, at least having sex with them. Yeah. Now, there's some bigoted women out there that they want that yeah. They don't like y'all niggas. They'll still take the nigga dick. They'll take the nigga dick. Yep. You big dummies will go give it to him. And let her call you a nigga while she fucking you. Still, who was watching that shit one day? Somebody was watching that shit. Somebody that I like know closely. And I'm like, cut that shit off, dude. Some white woman fucking a black dude, which, okay. But you can hear her calling him like really derogatory names while he's hitting it. It's a porn movie. But she's calling him all kind of shit. And I'm like, is that some like slave shit? I'm like, no, it's just a porn movie, He was like, yeah, got these bitches, they racist, but they fuck black dudes. I'm like, you find that entertaining? That's entertaining to you? Fuck away from me, man. Oh, you fuck a white girl? You let her call you nigga when you fucking? Are you crazy? Fuck away from me, son. So, I started all that because I talked about division. We have all these groups. We have this divide. And this is why there'll never be more Martin Luther Kings and Malcolm X's and all that. We'll never have anybody like that anymore. Yep. What you doing watching the movies, Free? Yeah. Coon. Call him Coon. He's smashing. She's just calling him a coon. Fucking kidding me? I mean, I know it's hard out here, but that's how you have to make $1, bro. Getting called derogative names while you smash Karen or Becky or Susan, whatever name they want to give the white woman collective that day. Julie. So, the thing about white supremacists are their cause is to be against everybody that's not white. They stay in unison on that shit. But the black collective, I'm just going to use it to be concise. I don't want to, everybody's got their own names. The Moors, the Hebrew Israelites, the Muslims, the African Americans, the freedmen, whatever. Can't even come together and fight for a justice claim that is deserving, that will benefit the whole collective. All because everybody wants to be the man, the leader. And we don't have one. We don't have like somebody that everybody can rally behind like that. There's never going to be another one. It's a whole bunch of like mini leaders. We're heading to Capitol Hill by committee and shit. It doesn't work. We lack discipline as a collective as well. And they had discipline to the point where when Malcolm spoke, when Martin spoke, when people spoke like that, along those levels, masses listened. Huey spoke, Bobby spoke, Stokely Carmichael spoke, people like that, H. Rap Brown. I mean, there were speakers. People listened. Who's speaking like that now? I mean, look at Will Smith. Look what Will Smith done did. Will Smith done made all the money in the world. He made all the money in the world. And he's now coming out talking about why he never did roles based around slavery. Especially roles that would have shown slaves in a rebellious state. He said he He didn't want to do a movie about vengeance. So you don't want to do a movie about us fighting? You just want to do a movie about us taking it in the ass? Really? Because he never really did those movies either. You know, he never. I don't remember him being like producing any of those films. You know, so he didn't put himself in that frame. But it just lets you know that he's not so much into our justice claim, our need for reparations, our need for redress, repair. He wanted to show Black Americans as light and fluffy. Now he played some deep roles, I get it, but he was acting. Will was acting. Okay, so acting is not reality. In reality, he was Fresh Prince, the rapper, and he played Fresh Prince on TV, and he made movies. Most of his life has been make-believe or just on stage rapping his realities. But when it came to saying, hey, I want to showcase what my people have been through to put it on a larger stage, because he has a lot of power. See, the influence of someone like Will Smith meets presidents. He sits with presidents. Presidents love Will Smith. Maybe Will could have helped move the reparations needle if he really understood. Now, I know he just did that Netflix special, which was actually a pretty well put together special. I liked it. I liked that special. I'm going to watch that again. It's like 5 parts. It's a good special. He's performing once again, though. He's on stage. May believe in everything that happened. May understand it and, is really touched by it. But it wasn't his thing to do. He didn't want to show those times, those very detrimental times. He didn't want to show us fighting back. Will should have stuck up for Nate. He should have stuck up for Nate. He should have backed Nate's movie. See, if Will would have backed Birth of a Nation, Nate Parker, I think he'd still be in the limelight. So many people put faith in Will to be like a voice for us, but Will's never been a voice for us. I mean, even when he stood up and boycotted the Grammys, he still got the Grammy. He just didn't show up at the show. He didn't turn his Grammy down. They just had to mail it to him, I guess. Now, they had shown him throwing that motherfucker like off the Brooklyn Bridge or something. Okay. But that Grammy is somewhere in his office or something. Maybe it's at his parents' house. Nobody's ever going to go there. So even if you did a tour of Will's house, like MTV Crib style, you probably wouldn't see that Grammy. But it's probably at his mama and daddy's house. I think they're still living. we expect too much out of these actors, these performers. I was just looking at a picture. I ain't gonna Vicky Dillard y'all today. But there's two pictures. So there's the one picture where all the rappers, the rap guys are in it. You know, and they were like, what'd they say? Over $1 billion in this picture, and not one black-owned independent town, school, hospital, bank, insurance company, manufacturing company, or militia. We are our biggest problem. This is an old post. It's been around for a while. Somebody just put it up again, so I've never really talked about it on my cast. But yeah, you've got Jim Jones in the front. He's probably got the least amount of money of anybody on here. So yeah, Jim Jones, DJ Khaled, T.I., Big Sean, the dude that buys all the real estate, Gotti, Diddy, Jigga, Steve Stout, Swiss Beats, I don't know who the motherfuckers are in the back. The fact that Big Sean made this is pretty big from Detroit. I thought that was Charlemagne, but that ain't Charlemagne. So, it's true though. And I mean, if you just take Diddy and Jay-Z, that's $2 billion right there. That's $2 billion. Jay-Z's a billionaire. It said Diddy's a billionaire, but I think I've just seen Diddy's like somewhere around 800 million. So let's just say take Diddy, T.I., put them together, that's $1 billion. And then you got Jay-Z, that's $2 billion. So they said over $1 billion. No, you got over $2 billion. And then we combine everybody else, and you probably got $3 billion. And none of that. I'm not giving them a pass. And I know individually some of these people have done certain things, but as a collective, they're speaking from as a collective. Because we give them money as a collective, we don't get shit back as a collective. Y'all notice that? We don't get shit back from the rappers. But we just give. And then there was another picture where they were all with Obama in the Oval Office. And that was Swiss Beats being all the goddamn pictures. Common, J. Cole, Chance the Rapper, Wale, Ludacris. Ludacris and Busta Rhymes are standing right next to each other. So I should just erase them out of the picture. Because Ludacris said he was moving to Ghana, so fuck him. And Busta Rhymes said that Caribbean started hip-hop. So they can both eat a dick. Janelle Monáe. I don't know who the woman is right next to Janelle Monáe, but then there's Alicia Keys, Kendrick, Talib Kweli, DJ Khaled. See, it was all black. DJ Khaled worked his way in there. Y'all do know DJ Khaled's not black, right? Okay. All right. Rick Ross in a nice black suit and gym shoes. I hate that look. I hate that fucking look. A suit with gym shoes. 7 or 8. How old are you? And I know that's the style worn by the masses now. People that are on TV right now have suits with gym shoes on. I get it. You still look like you're on your way to fucking Olin Mills and shit as a kid. And Timberland. Timberland's got a really weird jacket on and shit. It's got a lot going on. Ludacris is dressed like a 12-year-old too. He's got a sweatshirt on with an African medallion and some, looks like sweatpants and some sneakers. He's in the front row and his sweatshirt says superheroes. That wasn't planned at all. That wasn't planned at all. I mean, it's ludicrous, right? You expect that kind of gimmicky shit? It's like when he said he was moving to Ghana. Everybody in ATL should have turned their fucking back on him. As much money as ATLians gave Ludacris, now you're gonna say you're gonna move to Ghana. Okay. You bad as Jill Scott. You bad as Jill Scott said she taking her brain skills to Amsterdam. Well, she ain't guaranteeing it yet. But she said if living in Nashville, Tennessee don't work out for her and her son, they moving to Amsterdam. Now, she's built a career here in America. All the black women done bought all these records. Black men too, but black women are Jill's base. She sells a lot of records to black men, but black women are Jill's base. She says she gonna get out of Dodge and take her shit to Amsterdam. Fuck y'all. The blacks, they running the so-called black one. I don't understand, sweetie. So they taking this picture with Obama, who we already know didn't do shit for black people. And then you've got a bunch of rappers and singers and, you know, and some of those people are really, really about the collective. Like J. Cole, he's about the collective. Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats do shit. Chance the Rapper does shit. From what I know, Kendrick's down with that. I believe Wale's down with the consciousness shit too. They gave Zimmerman 7. They gave Zimmerman an award after he killed Draymond. Look it up. Oh yeah, they did. We absolutely forget where we come from. Once we get to that level of prosperity, not as a collective, but individuals. There's certain individuals, and they become so powerful. They become so powerful, they build their collective that way. Look at Jay-Z. Jay-Z's with the governor, New York now. He's about to go on a mad campaign, talking about Jay-Z's about to make a rap about the Rona. He's about to come out. I don't know if anybody can vax that thing up. I don't know if anybody can top that. Jay-Z's about to come out with a fall Rona banger. I mean, why would he do that? As Mr., you know, nobody's going to have dominion over me. Now you with the governor, dog? Jay-Z's going to get that fucking NFL franchise the last thing he does. He said he was going to get him a franchise. Yeah, okay. You've already got the Nets. You're 0.00001% of the Nets, dude. Ain't nobody going to let you be a fucking NFL owner. If Jay-Z gets to be an NFL owner, they're going to make him cut his hair. How about that? I bet you Jay-Z gets NFL ownership and a haircut in the same week. I think I hit all my topics. I just want to make sure. Yeah, Jill says she moving. And you know, the crazy thing is, if she takes her son, she's going to take her son from his father. His father ain't in Amsterdam, and they broke up. Jill married him, got pregnant, divorced him, remarried, divorced him. So this boy done had a daddy and a stepdaddy in the house. Now you about to take him to Amsterdam. because shit ain't working out for you here. You don't take that boy away from his father. Why don't you go to Amsterdam and leave that boy with his father? He needs to be in America. Because the reason she talked about leaving didn't make no fucking sense. She's not leaving to make a world better for her son, because the best world he's going to get is in the United States, not in Holland. Not in Holland, Jill. Why don't you take a long walk? Why don't you go live your life like it's golden in Amsterdam? Leave that boy with his daddy here in America. And if Jay-Z's meeting up with politicians, what you think you're about to see with the rest of the rap world? Let's see if we can get with the governor. Oh, they'll be like, oh, you're not that big. You're not as big as Jay-Z is. Other rappers gonna be meeting with mayors and shit. They're gonna be meeting with township supervisors and shit. Motherfuckers gonna be getting the key to the city in Hucklebuck, Tennessee. Get the fuck out of here, dog. That's just to get in front of the camera so they can sell some more shit. If they want real justice, what did Martin say? Martin said it. Martin said it, goddammit. And I'm gonna have to get up out of here. I mean, I ain't got to, but I'm gonna. Oh, I gotta talk about the WNBA shit right before I get off here too. Martin said we need leaders not in love with money, but in love with justice. Not in love with publicity, Jigga, but in love with humanity. That's what Dr. King said. But these motherfuckers are in love with money, and they're not in love with justice. They're in love with publicity, but they're not in love with humanity. Because if they're in love with humanity, they wouldn't be trying to force motherfuckers to do something that they frankly don't believe in. If your beliefs are what you believe, okay. I gotta let you stand on those beliefs. You gotta stand on those beliefs. If you don't stand on those beliefs, what you standing on? I know some of y'all was standing on crates, doing the crate challenge. How'd that work out for some of y'all? Some of y'all did the crate challenge and damn near broke your fucking tailbones. How'd that work out for y'all? You tried to walk up and down on a stack of milk crates. For what? For some views? For some likes? Did it help your family move the needle? No, because you didn't monetize that shit. And if you didn't monetize it, what were you doing it for, you dumbass? Makes no sense. None. Absolutely none. I'm going to finish here. It says, the Phoenix Mercury have been booted from their home arena, the Footprint Center, for Game 3 of their WNBA semifinal against the Las Vegas Aces because it's hosting Disney on Ice. Instead, they'll play at Arizona State's arena. These women deserve better. Who did this? The Gist. Who did this? I gotta find out who the Gist is. I'm gonna look up that hashtag and I'm gonna find out who they are because they're some stupid motherfuckers and they are some ignorant motherfuckers. And they might only be stupid because they're ignorant. But you can be ignorant and enlightened and not be ignorant anymore. But if you are ignorant and you are not enlightened, that's when you become stupid. So let me explain something to you. The Phoenix Mercury, sorry, go back in history. Doesn't even exist anymore. But go back to the Detroit Shock years when they were winning championships, WNBA championships. They moved their championship game from the Palace of Auburn Hills right over here to the Convocation Center at EMU. Yes, they played the WNBA championship there. Got pictures of my daughters standing next to the WNBA trophy. Played the game there. Celebrated the championships. This is not the first time this has happened. And you know why they did that? You know why they moved the WNBA to a college arena? Because they had an event that was going to put more people than that WNBA game. Even winning the championships, they didn't fill the stadium up like the Pistons did. The Pistons filled the stadium up. They filled the Palace of Auburn Hills up. And the Shock became a good team, a great team, and won championships. But if you're only putting 5,500 motherfuckers in the goddamn arena, but Disney on Ice is about to come to this bitch and put 20,000 in it, you do the math. They're going to put 20,000 in the arena plus do vending. Disney's going to make bank off of the fucking merchandise alone. Fuck them tickets. It's the merchandise and the vending. Tickets is nothing. They'll take that bread, though. Motherfuckers don't realize there's a business behind this. You may be loved in Phoenix, but Disney on Ice is loved around the world. Cash rules everything around me. I mean, why even bitch about this? Some of y'all kids might want to go see the Disney on Ice game thing. Some of them Phoenix Mercury girls might have kids. Most don't, you know. I mean, most of them are gay. But there might be a couple on there that have a baby. Or maybe their wife had the baby. Their kid might want to go. They're like, you know what? I can pass on game 3. I really like to go see Disney on Ice. You always hear about that. You always hear about famous athletes and entertainers. Their kids never love them the most. They always love somebody else. Somebody else is number one. But they'll take that money, though. That's what your kids are supposed to do, but you know. So, yeah. I think I held y'all long enough. Appreciate everybody that came through. Sunday Night Smoke, Angie Beauregard. Now you only got 4.5 hours, Angie. You had 6 to go when you got on. Well, when I got on, now you only got 4. You probably still ain't here, but now you only got 4.5 to go. Told you I would waste some time for you. Told you I'd waste some time for you. Hopefully it's not a waste, you know. It's not a waste. So yeah, man. Heavenly Dew, how do you do? Peace and love to you from Dallas, Texas. But what I want to do is I want to make sure that everybody understands we don't get nowhere divided. We don't get nowhere divided. So as long as y'all motherfuckers want to keep dividing yourselves and putting yourselves in all these different fucking groups and factions and shit, okay. It takes us off course for what we're supposed to be fighting for. Because we got to figure out who's better. Who's better? Who's better? Who's better? Who's better social justice group? Who's a better reparations organization? You look like motherfucking clowns. White supremacists already know. We fighting for one thing, motherfuckers. We don't give a fuck how many groups it is. We fighting for one thing, white supremacy. So we all on the same page? Aye. There you go. We can't get on the same page. We can't fight for reparations. It is what it is. I think everybody just has to get a hold of themselves and their families, because that's truly what matters. That's truly what matters. And then there's people around you, but you got to get a hold of your family. If you don't have that, then come on, man. Your family is your first team. And unfortunately, family ain't always blood. One love.